My first night. My name is Eliza. I want to tell you a story I have never shared with anyone. I am almost 18 years old. I grew up in a society where early marriages are common. My life was simple, but my heart was full of dreams. Like many girls, I dreamed of love. Of being held. Of being seen. Of being understood. I imagined a man who would smile at me like I was the only person in the world. I didn't want diamonds. I didn't want a big city life. I just wanted love that felt real. When my marriage was arranged with Dave, I didn't cry. I had seen many girls my age get married. Some were happy, some were not. I told myself to be brave. My parents believed the man was good. So, I trusted them. Still, deep inside, I was scared. Not because he looked harsh. But because he was a stranger. A stranger I would now live with, sleep beside, and call husband. The days before the wedding were noisy. Relatives came and went. Music played in every corner. My cousins teased me. My aunts gave me advice in whispers. There were endless photos, endless rituals. But in my heart, there was a quiet storm. At night, when I was alone, I lay awake and thought about my first night. I had heard so many things. Some said it would hurt. Some said it would feel like a dream. Some said nothing at all, just smiled and walked away. My heart was restless. I wondered which truth would be mine. The wedding day came. I wore red and gold. My hands were covered in henna, dark and beautiful. Everyone said I looked stunning. But inside, I felt like a child wearing someone else's clothes. When the time came to leave my parents' house, I broke. My mother cried. My father looked away. I hugged them tightly, not knowing when I would feel their arms again. I walked forward, but every step felt heavy, like chains tied to my feet. When we reached his home, my new home, his family welcomed me warmly. There were smiles, sweets, and prayers. But their kindness could not quiet the fear in my chest. And then the night arrived. The guests left. The house grew silent. I was taken to the room. The door opened. Soft lights glowed. Rose petals were spread on the bed. The air smelled of perfume and sweetness. I stepped inside, sat on the edge of the bed, and placed my trembling hands on my lap. My heart was beating so loud I thought it might echo in the room. I tried to smile, but my lips felt stiff. The door opened again. I did not look up. I knew it was him. Dave. The man who was now my husband. He walked in slowly and sat beside me, but not too close. The silence was heavy. I could hear my own breathing. I felt frozen between fear and shame. Then, he spoke. Eliza, he said gently. I know this is not easy. I won't force anything. I just want to talk to you first. His voice was soft, calm. Not demanding. Not heavy. It was the voice of someone who wanted to listen. I looked at him for the first time. He was smiling nervously. Not bold, not proud. Nervous, just like me. For the first time that day, I felt a little peace. He reached for a glass of water and offered it to me. Our fingers touched for a second. That small touch sent a shock through my skin. My cheeks grew warm. I looked down again, shy. You don't have to be afraid, he said with a little chuckle. I'm not going to eat you. I smiled without meaning to. And that small smile unlocked something between us. He began to talk. Not about serious things. But about funny moments from his life. He told me how nervous he was before entering the room. How he even asked his cousin for advice, and his cousin laughed and ran away. I listened. I watched his face. He wasn't pretending. He wasn't trying to be a hero. He was just being himself. And slowly, my fear began to fade. He asked softly, "Can I hold your hand?" I nodded once. He reached out and gently took my hand in his. It was warm. It wasn't rough. He didn't squeeze. He just held it, like something precious. That small act changed everything. I looked at him again. He leaned forward slightly and said, "Eliza, I won't do anything tonight unless you're ready. I want you to feel safe with me, not scared of me." Those words broke the wall inside me. My eyes filled with tears. I wasn't crying from fear anymore, but from relief. This man was not going to treat me like an object. He was giving me space. He was giving me respect. He wiped my tears with his fingers and kissed my forehead. A long, warm kiss. Not rushed. Not demanding. Just gentle. A silent promise. That night, we did not turn off the lights. He said, "You'll sleep better if it isn't too dark." He was right. The golden glow made the room feel safer. We lay down, side by side, but with space between us. It did not feel awkward. It felt calm. We talked for hours. I told him about my childhood. How I loved drawing. How I once dreamed of a pink wedding dress. He laughed and said, "I wish I had seen your drawings. Maybe you would have sketched me too." He shared his stories. How he once tried cooking noodles and set the fire alarm off. How his mother still calls him her baby. How he is still scared of thunder. We laughed together. We listened to each other. And with every word, the distance between us melted. Later, he asked, "May I hold you?" "Only if you want." I looked at him and nodded. He wrapped his arm around me slowly. My head rested on his chest. I could hear his heartbeat. Steady. Strong. Real. For the first time that day, my body relaxed. I wasn't tense anymore. I felt safe. I felt seen. And in that safety, love began to bloom. When he kissed me, it wasn't rushed. It wasn't forceful. It was soft, like the touch of still water. Every moment was gentle, every pause filled with care. We weren't perfect. We laughed when our hands clashed. We paused when we didn't know what to do. And that imperfection made it beautiful. We talked. We whispered. We laughed. We held each other until the sun began to rise. That morning, I woke to the sound of birds outside. His arm was still around me. His chest moved with each slow breath. I felt peace. When he opened his eyes, he looked at me and said, "Good morning." "Good morning," I whispered back. He brushed a strand of hair from my face and smiled. "You looked peaceful in your sleep," he said. And I did feel peaceful. Not because of what happened, but because of how it happened. Later that day, his mother asked with a warm smile, "How was your first night, Beta?" My cheeks burned. I looked down and said softly, "It was kind." Weeks passed. We learned more about each other. We shared fears and dreams. We had awkward dinners. We had quiet days. But respect never left us. And that respect became the ground where love grew. I learned something important. The first night is not about the body. It is about the heart. It is about trust. It is about gentleness. I was not a gift to be opened. I was a soul to be met. And he met me fully, with patience, with respect. That, to me, is real love. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, comment, and share. More emotional and inspiring stories are coming soon. Thank you for watching this emotional love story on the Love Chapter by Aree. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more heart-touching stories. Tell us in the comments which country or place you are watching from. We'd love to know where our family of viewers is growing around the world.